Hello, let's try that again. Evening everyone, hopefully you can hear and see me as ever. Completely underprepared, microphone not working, and a bit of a new setup today. So I'm trying the camera above the monitor this evening just to see if it makes any difference. I've got a new monitor and I can't put it in between the two monitors I used to have. I don't know why I'm telling you all these things, but good evening. Hopefully you can hear me, you can see me. We'll wait for a few people to turn up and tell me you can indeed hear me and see me, because that's always nice when you can. But I've got an angle where I can almost get the fish tank in, so we're getting closer and closer to this being an actual fishy stream. Good, who have we got in anyway? Let's have a look. Oh, it's quiet tonight. We've got Kieran, Simon Harding, welcome sir. Glad to see you back. Scott's in. Mark's here. Freshwater ichthyology. Noodles sandwich. Scoob's in. See and hear. Always nice to be able to see and hear. Right, so we're light on viewers tonight, so give that button a good thrashing. As Sharpie says. What's that noise? I don't know what that noise is. Anyway, welcome everyone. We've got another live stream tonight. Sorry about last week. It's been ever so busy. I'm just going to do a quick check and make sure everything actually works. So little face. Yep. GoPro. Oh my god, the GoPro even works. Back to big face. Right. Wee Bitchy Ways is here. Callum's in. Evening, Callum. In and out of hospital with Courtney. The baby is well underway in the Smith house. So you should have another little Smith for next week's stream. Remember, Graham was a fantastic name. Maybe a middle name. Vince is in. All good visually and audio. Right, that's what we wanted to hear. Glad to hear everything's well, Callum. Yes, definitely. Glad to... You may as well make use of this now, because once the baby comes, you're not going to have any time at all, and you won't want to stay up late, and you might be forced to stay up late or early. Well, it's always hard to say. Is it late or is it early? What have we got planned for you tonight on this? Oh, left my... No, I haven't. Ha! I was going to say grab your beverage. Tonight we're on good old Heineken because it was on offer. Woo! So grab your beverage, settle in. While my kids run back and forth trying to clean their teeth. Not a great name for a little girl. Very good point. Grahamina, is that a thing? I don't know. What's the female version of Graham? There isn't one, my wife says. So what have we got for you this evening? Well, we're going to start off with apologies for missing last week. But it was extremely busy. My folks were down visiting, work was just mental, I never got a chance to prepare anything, and then wanted to do some family stuff, so gave it a week off. Haven't even done a video, so we've got another video coming tonight. We'll do another of those preview things, because that seemed to work quite well. So we'll finish a little bit early. I really need to build a wall for my own office, because all I can hear is scrunching and scrabbling. And it's been much the same this week. I've had not a second, really. Everyone seems to have finished today for Christmas, so everyone is just giving it, I need to get this finished, I need to get this out because we have to finish it today, we can't do anything else. So I've just been a bit mad all week trying to get caught up or get ahead of the game. So next week it should be nice and quiet actually, because I think I'll be the only one that's actually in work. So has everyone else managed to get their Christmas stuff done? If you've joined us on our Discord server up here, you'll see some pictures of the Christmas tree. Can I help? So yes, make sure you get on the Discord server. Show us. We'll be having a Christmas tree judging will be happening, and we'll be giving away some prizes next week. Maybe a bit of a shorter stream because I'm sure I'll have some Santa Claus duties to do next week. What with it being Christmas Eve, but let me just fire up Discord myself. And I can, I'm really not used to this. I've got myself a Black Friday deal of a new monitor, but one of those super wide ones. And every time it opens an app, it opens it full screen and hides everything. It's taking some getting used to. And I bet you if I share my desktop now, that's not going to work very well either. Should really have thought about this before I plugged all this in today. Can I find it? Can I even show you it? That's the main thing. How is this going to work? Bear with me, people, while I try some technical issues. Yeah, that kind of works. So, join the Discord server, as I would encourage you all to do, and then Christmas free pictures. We've got a list here, and posting a picture in here is your entry into the Christmas tree competition. Let me find some headphones because I can't hear anything else but bleeding noise going on in the house. Right, so where was I? Christmas trees. Get your pictures in. One of my kids, I imagine my daughter, because she seemed quite up for it, will be judging all your Christmas tree pictures. Look at that one. I'd like to say I had anything to do with it, but I didn't. And we'll get some prizes out to whoever wins the competition. And what with it being Christmas, we'll probably do a few prize giveaways anyway. We've also got some prize giveaways. Oh, I've not got them here. Hang on a second. We've got all I'm waiting for is for some, what's the word? Hard-backed envelopes to arrive. So I ordered a load off eBay so I could send out some of these to last week's prize winners, or the week before last's prize winners. Oh, look at this, hang on. The Smiths are trying to garner some influence over the Christmas tree picture. Just stick a wee cot in there at the side for some extra sympathy. I think that might work well for you. But we've got the Aquarium Adventures calendar. It's all my pictures from my fair hand myself. I didn't draw them. I took them with a camera. That's my prize-winning discus. I think that won at the Spanish Discus Show in like 2012 or something like that. So lots of different pictures, mostly discus, because there's a bit of a running theme. But there are other ones. He says unable to find any of them. There you go, there's a puffer. So you can get some of these, and we'll give some of these up for grabs tonight as well. Why is my camera so cropped in? I need to play with that. So we'll give away some of these. We'll give away some food and some goodie bags and some merch. But as always, if you want to buy any of these things, jump on aquariumadventures.co.uk and you can buy yourself some of this. Right, let me find the chat. Where have I put the chat? The calendars are not yet available on the website because I've just not had a chance to do it. I'm not going to get a chance tomorrow, but maybe Sunday or early next week we'll get the calendars on the website, and you can buy them as well if you want. But we'll give you a chance to win. In fact, shall we give you a chance right now? Let's see. Oh, no, that's not what. Ignore that. We don't want to do that. Whoop is a pen. I don't even have any pens. Right, that'll go away in a minute. I meant to press this button, which will bring up Nightbot, and then we can switch to Little Face, and we can go on giveaways. And let's do a giveaway straight away. We'll include the mods. Oh no, we can't show you that, can we? Because we do the random number thing. So what we're going to do is think of a number between, how many people have we got in? Let's see, 23. I guess everybody's out doing late night shopping. Think of a number between 0 and, let's say, 25. And And in a minute, I'll ask you to type that number into the chat. Go! And if you win, all you have to do is be a person, live in the world, and want a calendar. That's all you have to do. And I will send you a calendar as soon as my hardbacked envelopes turn up. And while you're all typing in random numbers, remember, just any number, that's all you have to do, between 0 and 25. And if you match the winning number, you're the winner. Where did we get to? Bewitcheries, I emailed about a possible getting a calendar from you. Did indeed, so I will put them up on the website. So if you're not lucky enough to win one tonight, and I'm going to give away a few tonight, I will stick them on the calendar, possibly Sunday, maybe Monday, and we'll get that out to you as soon as I can. So you should get it in time for Christmas, hopefully. But I will reserve one for you, so I don't give them all away. Oh, we've got a winner already. The claps, quick! Simon getting one. Simon, you're already getting one. All the mods are going to get one, so you don't need to apply. Right, let's try that again. Right, we've done it again. So, mods need not apply. You'll get a free calendar anyway as soon as the envelopes turn up. But everyone else, have another go. 0 and 25. Pick a number, any number. Right, where do we get to? I'm just going to catch up on some of the comments to see where you got up to. Noodle Sandwich bought a load of Becks from B&M, reduced as the box was damaged. Turns out it was alcohol free. Oh, gutted. B&M's great. That's where my supply of Hop House 13 was coming from. Kaylee's here. Simon, I quit my job today. My goodness. Start my new one Monday. Even better. It's always good if you can quit a job when you start a new one. I quit my job today and start a new one Monday. Is that like a proper down tools walk-off site type thing? You don't have a notice period or anything like that? Michelle's got not one thing done and no tree up. Well, you've still got a week. Some people don't do their tree until Christmas Eve, I'm told. I think they're just as mental as the people that do their tree in October. But good luck to you, Simon. Hope you enjoy your new job. Just got to throw some paper and tape at stuffs and buy nibbles. There speaks the voice of preparation from Sharpie. Rocky's still got Christmas shopping to do. I think we've still got some Christmas shopping to do. I'm having my first Christmas tomorrow. So the wife's family's all coming down here. So hello, if any of you are watching. I imagine you're not. But I'm in charge of food. So, well, the main course anyway. So we've got turkey, we've got roast potatoes, pigs in blankets, loads of different veg for everyone to ignore. Some nice gravy. I'll make out the turkey crown. What else have we got? Some red cabbage, some Brussels sprouts, lots of bacon, parsnips, all that kind of stuff. And I'm part way through making a trifle. Courtney's here as well. Hello. Where do we get to? Courtney, oh my word, I want one of those calendars. You will get one of those calendars. You have to share it with your husband, though. I'm not sending you one each. I just don't think that's ethically sustainable for the environment. Oh, right. Hang on. Everything's jumping. Courtney's doing okay. Can't wait to be able to put your own shoes on. Yes, I remember those days. Scott's not having a tree this year. Cat kept eating flocking when it was up. Flocking is supposedly... what's flocking? I've never heard of flocking. So took it down and buy a new one next year. Not feeling Christmas this year anyway. Right, so there's all the giveaway. So Don Ransom, there we go. We've got a winner. Don Ransom has won the giveaway, as well as Simon, but you'd already won. Callum, 69, is not between 0 and 25. Oh no, Simon did work his 4-week notice. It just happens to start on Monday. Oh, you've not done that well, have you? You should at least have had a couple of weeks to yourself. Right, let me get down to the bottom. Right, sorry if everyone's still typing numbers. Someone's already won. Dawn's won. Don't think even Dawn realises she's won. You've won, Dawn! Yay! Why is that not coming through desktop audio? Nothing ever works these days. Can you hear a very faint horn? Or is it loud? Let me know in the comments. Right, so what have I been up to? Flocking is the faux snow already on the tree. Ah, right. That makes sense. Where's Mrs. Panda tonight? I know, I've not seen her. She must be on one of her drunken nights out. Flocking is the fake snow you get on some trees, the soft cottony stuff, and yet it's very quiet. I'll need to get some. Maybe I can get rid of my cat. I'm the only person that's got a cat that happens to be allergic to cats. I don't know how I got talked into that one. Right, so we've got some topics to get through. Right, come on, Graham, concentrate. God, you take 1 week off and you automatically forget how to do everything. So, any questions, get them in the chat. I will answer the questions. We'll do another giveaway in a little while. Any topics you want me to discuss on Discord, as always, there is the... Let me find it. Oh, my screen's too big. We have the sections in Discord for live stream topic ideas, and someone did ask a question, but I can't remember what it was about. I think it was about shipping. Ah, right, yes. So, we'll make this the quick topic of the day. Am I even still live? Oh yeah, I am. That's always good. So someone was talking about what to do with shrimping shrimp. That's not the word, Graham. Come on, spit it out. Shipping shrimp and snails, I think it was. So it was Paul. There you go. I found it. I was selling some of my shrimp and advertised as collection only. My question is, how difficult is it to post, and what are the do's and don'ts? It's not something I've ever done, and would probably only look at after Christmas with the possible delays at the moment. Yes, it has got significantly more difficult in recent years, I suppose. I have shipped many a shrimp, many a snail, many a fish, and I did make a video on my process and talking through the various things that I try to cover. But in general, you want an insulated box. Yeah, very faint, the horn, not the flocking. I did get that after a second of looking at it. But if you're going to ship anything, winter's not the time to start, because unless you've got your technique down and you're really sure, it's just cold weather is your enemy, basically. So in general, you want to do good insulation, and it doesn't really matter whether it's winter, summer, spring, whatever. Insulation is really key, because in summer it can get too hot, in winter it can get too cold, and temperature fluctuations are what kills the fish or stresses them out to the point that they don't last when they arrive. I tend to use one size box, and I buy them pre-made, so they're glued polystyrene boxes, but you can build up your own polystyrene boxes, that's fine. Companies like Tropco, I've noticed, they don't bother with any of that nonsense. They just ship their fish out in cardboard boxes. And I've used Tropco a couple of times and it's not been too bad. But as a bare minimum, I like to use the breather bags, because you fill them up with water. If you're using normal bags, what you kind of want to do is fill them up a third with water and then 2/3 oxygen or air, and then that gives the fish a chance to last a couple of days should they get stuck in shipping. But with the breather bags, you fill them right the way up, and the reason I like that is because it stops as much violent sloshing, so there's nowhere for the water to slosh to because the bag's full. So there are some extra precautions you have to take with that, which is things like you can't then wrap them up in anything plasticky, or like bubble wrap's a good thing to use to pad out boxes. You can't use bubble wrap because that inhibits the ability for the breather bags to breathe, so you use newspaper and things like that. So once you've got your thing that you're shipping, whether it's shrimp or fish or snails or whatever, put that in your box. You pad it out with whatever packing material, because you don't really want that bag zhooshing all around the box that you're shipping in. And then heat pad or not. So if it's summer, you probably don't need a heat pad. If it's winter, you definitely do need a heat pad. So in the video that I made, I did some testing where I made up a box, put in some thermometers and things like that, and then put it out into the boot of my car overnight, replicating being in a post office sorting office and seeing what temperature swings were. So just a bit of trial and error to come up with some kind of technique that I was happy with. And so far, touch wood, I haven't lost any fish or any shrimp. So hopefully that is fine. Where some people come unstuck is finding a courier to ship the fish. So a lot of the big, not necessarily big, but a lot of the commercial, obviously I use a lot of discus people, and they'll talk about just using APC, which is a courier company here in the UK if you're not from the UK, because apparently they're the only licensed carrier for pet fish. And that's true, they do have a license, I believe, to carry livestock and fish and things like that, but the post office also allows that. So what they do have warnings on the post office website saying no shipping of fish, but they mean dead fish. They mean like perishable goods. They will happily take shrimp, fish. I've had the discussion with the postmaster at my local post office many times, saying if anyone has ever ordered from me, you'll see my boxes are emblazoned with live fish, please be careful, and all that kind of stuff. So there's no like sneaking it through and going, oh, I haven't told them it's fish, I've won against the man. They know fine well that it's fish, they know fine well that it's shrimp. They're really quite interested in, like, how do you do it? What have you done? It's not going to leak everywhere, is it? Because that's generally what people are worried about. So a lot of courier companies won't take it because they think you've got big bags of water in there, and they think you're an idiot and it's going to burst or ruin a whole bunch of people's presents, which would be awful, and we don't want that. But like I say, so far so good. I think if you haven't done it before, it's probably wise. I got these little logging thermometers, so they're little discs, and you put it into, well, I made up my boxes pretending there was fish in there, so I just put an empty bag of water in there at the right temperature, and I put one of these logging thermometers, and what it does is you can then take it out and it will tell you what the temperature was over time, so you can see how far it dropped and if it picked back up and all those good things. And then you get to a stage where you're happy enough with your technique, so you know if you're only going to drop a few degrees, that's probably going to be fine, and go for it. It's as simple as that, really. It's not for everyone. Some people won't do that, because the reason we're talking about this is, I think, because a lot of guys have started to breed things, and if you keep fish for long enough, you're eventually going to breed things. So there were a few questions on Discord about, what do you do with the fish that you breed? I now have a bazillion bristlenose plecos, like Sharpie will attest to. And it's about what you're willing to do about it. So if you have your own website, for instance, like me, I'll sell fish on my website for my breeding projects. That keeps my population in control. I'm happy to do that. That's fine. I also go to my local fish shops and say, I've got 3,000 bristlenoses. Would you like some? And I will get a lot more money for the fish that I sell, whether it's on eBay or through my website or whatever, than I will for the fish that I get from the local fish shop, the money I get from the local fish shop. But I'm completely fine with that trade-off, because I don't have to package up stuff. I don't have to have the hassle of dealing with people who say, yeah, I promise I'll be there in an hour, and then 4 hours later you're still waiting for them. Or shipping fish, which can, I mean, there is a risk. It's not, as much as I'm saying it's easy to do, it's not without any effects on the fish. Would you like to be stuck in a bag and shipped somewhere? It happens all the time, but that doesn't mean it's the optimal way to do it. So if you can just put everything in a bag or a box or a bucket or whatever and go to your local fish shop and say, here you go, I've got 50 bristlenose pleco babies, would you like them? And they say, yes, I'll give you them for 50p each or whatever it might be. It's done. It's off your hands. You can just walk away. You might get store credit, you might get a terrible rate back for whatever fish it is that you're selling onto them, but they're solving your problem and you're helping them out, because they can then go and sell that, and it keeps the local shop and keeps the economy moving and all that good stuff. So the easiest way is to find a friendly local fish shop. Don't go to Pets at Home and places like that. They just won't entertain you. I've often found it quite difficult to start the conversation up with someone. Walking into a fish shop going, would you like to buy some of my fish? And you're like, that's not how it works. We sell you fish, not the other way around. But you get there and it solves your problem, and it hopefully helps out the fish retailer as well. So they're my main options. I would avoid selling to the public if at all possible, because there are some questionable legal standpoints, shall we say. So I think technically you have to have a pet shop license. So I went through this last year or the year before, where I had to get an inspector out to inspect my fish room to make sure it was all above board. There is, or people claim there are, loopholes that you can sell off things that you've accidentally bred. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. So it's a little bit like let's call it a grey area. So I don't know. So just taking them to your local fish shop for store credit is probably the easiest and safest way. But there are other options out there. There's things like Banned. There's things like Aquatics Classified, the worst website in the world from a technical point of view, not because it's a bad site. Used to be Facebook, but that no longer allows fish sales and things like that. But places like Discord, if you've got some breeding projects, jump on my Discord server. Someone will surely relieve you of them. So there's some of the options that you've got. I'm just going to try and jump back into the chat to see if anyone's seeing anything, but by all means tell me what you do. If you get any different, I would urge you, just because that's what YouTubers do, I would urge you to go and watch my videos on shipping fish, and see if you can think of a better way, because I'm not precious. I'm always eager to learn new ways of doing things. Sharpie says the post office Royal Mail will now ship fish, shrimp, etc. with no issues. I've sort of become a halfway house for when people can't get to the post office. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the post office used to say they didn't ship fish, but I think that was just a misunderstanding of their own rules. My first experience shipping shrimp didn't go too well for the little guys with the Royal Mail too. I mean, I found them... so that was the other... I found the Royal Mail to be really good, to be honest. I don't know whether me emblazoning the box with live fish and big red and white letters helps, but mine have always, cross fingers, touch wood, they've always made it. But where I had problems to the point where I just stopped was when COVID first hit, because you just couldn't plan for the delays. So that's why things like Christmas is not a good time to start doing it. So not only is it winter, it's Christmas, loads of people are sending parcels, things take a little bit longer, things get lost. So any outside influences which make it a little bit more risky, that's probably not the time to start. And always kind of over prepare. So I think you'll see in I think I did this anyway, in the video that I'm talking about. I did it for 2 days and then 4 days to test what would happen if a fish got lost in the post, for instance. How long would it survive before the temperature would die off? So I would always use like 72-hour heat packs rather than 24-hour heat packs. And because heat packs are unreliable as well, sometimes they'll last the stated length of time on the packet, and even ones from the same batch, I've had people say, yeah, they're fine, but the heat pack was cold when it got here. And then the next one will be, the heat pack was still roasting and it took 2 days to get here. So it's all a bit hit and miss. So that was what I wanted to mention about that. So Kaylee, I think, sent some shrimp to Simon, given what's going on in the chat there, and they're now Survivors have grown up to adults and got a new generation. Alex, Addy, can we ask questions in the chat? Of course you can. Ask away, and within 3 to 5 working days I'll get back to you. I'm not very good at reading the chat. I always move it around. If you want to ask a question, put at Aquarium Adventures, and then it kind of pops up quite orange, and I see it a little bit better. Just like that. This chat's just disappeared on me for no reason. There we go. Sharpie says, this is why I generally only supply direct. Damn public. Yeah, you don't want the public coming to your house all the time. It's just the reason my best price sticker exists is because of my frustrations of selling anything, whether it's stuff you're selling on Facebook, whether it be fish stuff or anything else. In fact, today somebody was coming to buy we've got a dresser that my wife had listed on Facebook. It listed it for £50, and somebody said, I can have it for £40. So she said yes. Agreed the time, gave him the address, and then 10 minutes before he was meant to get here, or an hour before he was meant to get here, he said, I'll pay £25 because I have to drive there. Well, we didn't think you were going to fly here. No, sod off. Oh, okay, it's no worries, I pay full price and I come anyway. And then, did he come? Did he? Bollocks. I mean, no, he didn't. And that's just what it's like. So if you've got hundreds of fish and you're trying to sell them off 5 at a time, I would rather stab myself in the eye with blunt pencils. Right, Alex, what was your question? We did get to a question, didn't we? I'm sure I saw one. Thanks for the welcome. Does having lots of good media like Sea Chem Matrix help with nitrates? Oh, there's a topic. It can. Shall we say? Is that sitting on the fence too much? So Sea Chem Matrix, Denitrate, Biohome, all these other medias that claim to have denitrification properties, they can work, is my opinion. So I'm sure there will be people in the chat who are now furiously typing, no they don't, it's all ghosts nonsense, it's science, Graham, blah blah blah. I'm a big fan of Biohome. I used to sell it on my site. I will one day again stock it again, but I had a sump filled with it and it kept my nitrates down really low. The science says to have any media capable of denitrification means you really need to have a low oxygen environment, which kind of means slow water moving through. So the way I think these products work is because they have extremely porous materials that can create little areas where you can create that environment. So if you get a big brick of whatever, let's say it was one of the those big blocks, I can't remember what they're called now, but Biohome do them now as well with the big bricks. In the middle of that, there's little bits of water that's got very little oxygen passing through that. Having a big, deep bed in a sump or in a filter, easier in a sump than a filter, I have found. So again, I did a little bit of testing this. I couldn't recreate the same environment in an FX5 as I could with my sump, and I think that was just because it was pushing the water too fast. But in a sump with some baffles directing the water, slowing it down in the deeper areas, it was working. So generally you can buy denitrification vessels, which are like dark vessels where you will tee off your water somewhere and it will push it through these vessels very slowly and then put it back into your tank with zero nitrates. It's exactly the same principle as that, but the $60,000 question is, do these products work? And the answer is they can, because some people will be using them, not see those results, and go straight on the internet and say this is all hokum pokum, it doesn't work, it's rubbish. And then the other people who use it and it works for them they're the other side of the camp. So there's two sides of that coin. I'm not saying that the people who don't get these results are doing it wrong or anything like that. It's just it doesn't work for those people somehow. But it can, and I have seen it in my own tanks, and that's why I started selling it myself, is because I thought, that's great, it works. Is it the cheapest? No. Is it the best way to filter? No, because there's no best way to filter your tanks. If you had a particular nitrate problem and you thought, I've really got to get rid of these nitrates, I might not be looking, unless I had a tank that could support it, I might not be looking down the biohome route. I might be looking at getting some kind of denitrification vessel, which comes with its own, it's like a scuba tank that has its own, it's like a sand bed filter but with different media in there. I should look it up, shouldn't I? And that is set up, foolproof, guaranteed, going to reduce nitrates. Whereas if you use Matrix or Biohome or something like that, you have to set it up and create the environment yourself to make sure that it works. But it can work. Does that help? Does that answer your question? Pardon me. Dawn, I sold 30 rainbow fish to my LFS for store credit. Yeah, it's a great way to get you get something back, and you're helping out your store as well. Oh, Courtney, you know Graham's going to read that name several times trying to figure out the joke. Well, Alex Ahadi. No, that's a real person, I'm sure it is. I am on to you, Courtney. I know that you will try and make me say something rude. I think my chat's broken, or I'm just extremely slow. Sharpie says, precisely, I'd rather shift 50 or 100 bristlenose or shrimp at a time than one or two. Yeah, because if your average hobbyist isn't going to buy 50 fish, but it can be. I used to love it when people would sell on Facebook, because you would get these people who would be like, oh, I've accidentally bred 300 of these, and I'd be like, brilliant, I'll have some of them. Can I have 100? Because even the cheap fish, if you just buy them in bulk, when you've got a big tank, when you want 200 cardinal tetras, and the cheapest you can get them is like 150 a tetra, you're like, oh, that's a lot of money for cardinals. Is YouTube being racist again with subtitles? Jennifer, Chief Mod is back. Working again tonight. You've got me for my 20-minute break. Hope everyone's well. Well, see, that's commitment for you. Turning up on your lunch break. Eating my dinner tonight. Currently serving at a 21st. Was doing a wedding last Friday. Alex is just exclaiming, he is indeed real, or she. Guess Alex could be a he or a she. I don't think biomedia alone will do the full job. You have a closed ecosystem where everything works together, in my humble opinion. For instance, I have a lowish bioload with heavy plant stocking. Well, that's a very good point, actually. I think you can, so I'm going to contradict Simon. I think you can create an environment where biomedia will do it alone, but you'll probably have a poop ton of biomedia and maybe 3 or 4 times the volume of your tank and filtration systems. But get a shed load of plants, get a pothos, get all these really fast growing, get some duck. No, I'm not going to. I can't possibly bring myself to recommend duckweed, but get some floating plants, things like this, really suck up the nitrates, and you can just scoop it out and throw it away or sell it on. So there are a number of ways. The media in your filter might just be one of them, and it might do the job for you, but you could do the whole lot and go for a multi-phase approach. Now Courtney's in the subtitles. The amount of people that have started right, we're going to have a little bit of a... I seem to have turned into an ASMR channel because I keep getting all these comments saying, oh, I can't go to bed without listening to you, and it's just creeping me the hell out. So this is just my voice. I'm not putting it on. I don't do this for weirdos. But I keep getting all these ASMR comments, and I don't know what to do about it. So you're obviously laughing at me because YouTube can't understand the word I'm saying and will be just making up random assumptions. I'm going to have to film a video with subtitles on just to see what it does and show you them, because I don't know if you've ever seen this. So if you have a YouTube channel, YouTube does have, it's the same engine that's putting if you've got subtitles turned on and they're showing up down here, the same engine will do that to your video when you upload it. And you can go and review that before you post your video and see what it's saying. And it's just like, my God, I may as well just make clacking noises and it'd be closer to what I'm trying to say. I've completely lost the plot of what I was trying to say there. So, I had to give up with the subtitles because I had to sit and type out everything I said. So, if you do want to laugh, just go and watch any video of mine, turn on subtitles, because I've just had to use the YouTube automatic suggestions, and it's absolute nonsense. Don't mention aquatic herpes. Don't recommend aquarium herpes. I didn't meant to. Queer adventures. I know, it hates me. YouTube's a racist. Oh, that's me I'm going to get a copyright strike. I don't think YouTube likes me at the moment. One of my last videos was me watching TikToks, and I think I got the world record of copyright strikes in one video. It's like, we're demonetizing this because of these 15 issues. Pardon me. I did see a question somewhere. Look at that, Jennifer, straight in there with the aquariumadventures.co.uk for all your fish food and cock merch. Oh, we've not got cock. Oh, yes, we have. Much like double denim, I'm doing double merch today. So if you'd like a properly, that didn't work, did it? A properly embroidered logo, so you can have the cock, you can have the this sucks, this blows, the normal discus logo, hoodies, t-shirts, polos, towels, you name it. aquariumadventures.co.uk, and I'll be able to buy some more fish tanks. Hi Graham, I'm wondering what med you use for quarantine, as living in the UK the good stuff is not available here, as you know. There's some good stuff that's available here that's not available in the US. I think a lot of the problems, let me think how to phrase this, I don't want to upset anyone. A lot of the good stuff I would call bad stuff because it's too general, and I think this comes from Aquarium Co-op, who are always recommending the 3-stage the triple blow for quarantining new fish, where they use API General Cure, erythromycin, and whatever else it is, none of which you can get here. And I'm kind of glad at that, because then we don't have to use them. But the reason they do that is because they are powering through the amount of fish that they're importing, and a lost fish is it has a cost to it. If you're a business and you lose fish, then it's no bueno, as they say. So they've got to make sure that their yield is as high as possible, so they just treat for everything with a broad spectrum shotgun approach of, if there's something bad in there, we're going to kill it. But the problem with that is, if there's not anything bad in there, you're still doing this quite heavy dosage of medication, which is making all your fish a little bit weaker and then a little bit more susceptible to something else that's going on. And I'd realised why they do it, and I can't knock them for doing it, because if I ran a shop I would probably do something very similar. But as I don't run a shop and I just run my own little fish room, I don't use any meds at all for quarantine. Unless it was if it was a puffer fish or a wild fish, I would probably warn them prophylactically. Is that the word? Or is that the name of a condom? Proactively? Prophylactically. A word that sounds like that. But other than that, I wouldn't do anything. I would monitor, because to me, the point of quarantining is keeping something separate so as you can see what the hell's going on. If nothing's going on and they seem quite safe, why are you adding medication at that point? I don't understand that. But if I was running a shop, I probably wouldn't have the time to do 4-week quarantine periods just to make sure the fish hasn't got anything, and then God forbid it does have something, then go into another 6-week cycle of medicating that thing. You're already in 2-3 months before you can sell the fish that you've imported. So, like I say, I understand why they're doing it. If they just want to have a big shotgun blast of whatever it is, it's coming in, we're killing it, and then we can get the fish on the shelves, so to speak, and we can sell them. But I think if you're at home and you have a quarantine facility, by that I mean an extra tank, just stick it in the tank, see what happens. You don't need to do anything else. And then what meds you've got are the meds you need to treat whatever you find. So if you get white spot, then you can treat for white spot. If you get some kind of fungal infection, you can treat for that, rather than just treating for everything just in case it shows up. So that's the way I look at it. But if you do it differently, it doesn't mean you're wrong. Alex says I have my Owasi Biomaster Thermal 650, half filled with CChem Matrix and the other half filled with Biohome. I personally fill all the trays up nice and compact to get maximum contact with the media. That should do well. My nitrates in a heavily stocked tank don't go over 5 parts per million. Oh, some awesome fish room pictures just uploaded by Alex G's Aquariums on Discord. Right, let's go and have a quick look at that. Was it Alex G that was here the other week showing us his massive whatchamacallits? Oh, have you seen this as well? Sorry, I have to show you this. They're defacing my stickers, those scoundrels over at Fishman Aquatics. So if you want a special custom Aquarium Adventures sticker pack, get yourself down to Aquarium Adventure. No, it's not Aquarium Adventures. It's Fishman Aquatics down in Oldham. They've got loads of cool fish in as well at the moment, so definitely worth checking out. And if you want to buy online, there's a discount code you can use which will get you some money off. I've forgotten what it is, but hopefully Courtney or Callum will remember and put it in the chat. I think that's valid for a wee while still, so you can get some money off. Talking of discount codes, hang around for the video. The video we're going to do later, which is premiering at 10:30, is all about this thing. I introduced it the last time we did a live stream, the Diode Probe water tester. Spoiler, I quite like it. But there's a discount code if you want to buy one. But you have to promise to watch all the video. Anyway, what was I doing? I was looking for something. I was looking for... not the clapping button. I was looking for Alex G's Aquariums, wasn't I? Aquarium pictures. Oh, look at that. Now there's a setup. So what have we got? Saltwater tank. A red tank. So this is the kind of construction I'm thinking of doing for my monster tank. So you've got the CLS studs, just using that to make up a big old tank. I don't know if you're here, Alex, but we need to get in touch one day and talk about it. So you've either got a massive drugs empire going on there, or that's one hell of a fish room filtration system. Look at that. Now, that's impressive. Well, I've got one of them. That's as close as I'm getting to that fish room. Oh, I've got an HMA filter and an RO. Look at them. I can't wait to get into this kind of stuff. So this is kind of my dream thing here. This is what I'm building out my fish room to eventually become like. But it does look like a proper, it's like a meth lab or something like that. Any more? As Simon's saying down there, I don't know if you can read that, but Simon's saying, I love fish, thanks, and plumbing, so 10 out of 10 would definitely be doing this one day. Simon, you need to come up and visit me one day. Or down. Yeah, up. Yes. I might need some plumbing advice when it comes to doing my fish room. I should probably give you a bit of an update about the fish room. So I did a video about getting started building the walls out and putting up the plasterboard and plastering, and I left it just before plastering and then posted a couple of pictures of my ludicrous attempts at plastering on Twitter or Facebook or one of the things. So click all the things if you want to follow me, and then you'll see all these updates. But I knackered my shoulder in plastering, so I've plastered one wall. It's horrible and terrible, and then I couldn't do it anymore because I couldn't lift my arm like kind of above shoulder height. I can just about do it, but it still bloody kills. So I need to let that heal properly before I try and plaster it again, because I've done that thing where I've gone too far to now call in an actual plasterer to finish my mess, because it's too embarrassing to have a proper tradie come in and go, what's happened here? So progress has been slow, let's say. But like I say, I've been a terrible acrobat these last couple of weeks. It's because work's been so busy. I've had so much going on. Just work. Right, so where did we get to? Should we do another giveaway? We should do, shouldn't we? No need to medicate healthy fish. Wait until they show specific symptoms. Quite right. That's that. I guess that's a quick way of saying what I was trying to say. Cold Water Aquatics. Hey Graham, it's me. Oh, it's Mipplestroot. Mipplestroot has changed their name to Cold Water Aquatics. Nice to have you in. Good to see you. So generally what happens on a Friday night is I stream until 11, and then Mipplestroot Aquatics, or Cold Water Aquatics as they are now, would start at 11, and we'd send a few people over to go and check that out. Or if you don't want to do that, you can hang around on Discord or whatever it is. But we're going to try something different tonight, and around about we probably will be 10:30, because I think I've scheduled it. We'll have I'll premiere a video, so I'll still be here and chatting in the background, but my latest video will premiere. And I think it's a good old long one tonight. It's 20 minutes or so. So once that video is finished, and you've left a like and a comment and a thing and a click and all those good things, you can then go and check out Cold Water Aquatic streams. Courtney says, Anita... I have to try harder than that, Courtney. Anita Dump has a question. Apologies, Anita, if you are watching. I didn't mean to ridicule your name. Put up some pictures of the fish room. I saw them. They're excellent, Alex. Courtney will get back to you with the discount code. I can't remember. There you go. There's a challenge, because it's quite a good discount as well. Just go back a couple of streams. The one where Reese came on, I'll post it in Discord or Facebook or something when I remember it. Another medicine question. That's all right. What would you use to treat worms? Depends again. So I used to really like the, what was it called? Kusuri. I think it might have just been called Wormer Plus or something like that. No, Kusuri. One of the Kusuri ones, but every time I bought it, which wasn't that often, I must admit, but it kept coming. You know that way when they changed the packaging for something, you go, oh, is that the same stuff? And then they changed everything. And it was a different spoon, and it was a different bag inside the bag, and it was different ingredients. And you're going, hang on a minute, what's going on here? I think I was just scammed or bought some fake stuff off eBay. But I really did like the Kusuri stuff for worming discus, because there's different types of worming with different base ingredients. But most recently, the cloverleaf stuff, which I thought I had over there, but can't see it. Cloverleaf Wormer, I think that's the one that's Wormer Plus. I've been using that on my discus, and that's been working really well. But there are plenty of things out there, and there's plenty of different types of wormer, so it's really... what are you trying to worm for? Because there's things like one of the Escher ones is really good as well. I will get this wrong, but it's levamisole based wormers and praziquil. I can never remember these things. Somebody help me out, put it in the chat what the actual thing is. And based on what you're trying to treat for, one of them's better than the other. So it's good to always keep both in hand, because the wormer's the one thing I do actually use proactively rather than wait for symptoms to show through, because I think that's cost me in the past by not doing that. So I will do that fairly regularly. So I hope that helps anyway. But yeah, there's a few different treatments. So try them out. That's a 700-gallon pond liner tank. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'm going to be going for, I think. Alex is saying there, that tank that I showed a minute ago. There you go, Cold Water Aquatics. We use Prazi Pro and it seems very effective. I used that. Sharpie's there saying Escher NDX with good results. Escher NDX, another one from Courtney. Everyone has their favourites. We can't get Prazi Pro in the UK? I thought we could. Or have I been doing illegal, illicit deals? Well, maybe not Prazi Pro, but you can get something with the same core ingredients, can't you? I'm pretty sure you could. Pardon me. Right, ready for a giveaway? A question from Vince Ransom. Sorry, I didn't see that one. Let's see if we can find it. How's the new fish room doing? Any news on you finding a big tank? I've given up trying to find a big tank. I'm now going to build my own big tank. So that's the big news. I haven't done anything about it yet. It's definitely going to be a New Year project. But if you have a look at... Where's Discord gone? This tank here. So this is Alex G's tank on Discord. Go along and have a look and see for yourself. But this is the kind of thing that I'm going to go for. So I'm going to build my own, what I would call a plywood tank, but Alex has given me some inspiration, as well as someone else whose name escapes me. I've started watching a lot of their channel. He keeps building these big, massive aquariums. Aquarium Thoughts or something like that. Oh God, Graham, come on, pull your head out. It's going to annoy me now if I don't watch it. Just talk amongst yourselves while I try and remember the channel that I'm trying to rip off. Oh, no, can't find it. I think if I just type in massive fish tank, it'll come up because I'm subscribed to him. Not so far. Oh, there's my old friend. Aquarium Domain, that's the one. So he has done... He's got this 3,000 gallon tank.
Hi.
Have we met?
Oh, we now watch the...
I had dreams that weren't just dreams.
Copyright claimed by Matrix. Just trying to see if I can find a big picture of like just the tank. Sorry, I was trying to find the one where it was how he built it. Anyway, go and look at that in your own time. Well, I don't know why I'm concentrating on that. Now I've lost the chat again. There we go. Yeah, Aquarium Domain, he's got this big, massive tank, and rather than building the way you would build a stand, so the idea I had first off was to build like a kind of almost like a stud wall and then line it with plywood, like building a stand, like the kind of DIY stands, that kind of thing, and then line it with plywood. But what they've actually done is more just laid the CLS planks on top of each other, and it made sense. Well, of course, that's going to be much more rigid and much stronger, and you can go massive there. So I have a 12-foot space. I'm going to build a 12-foot tank and see how it gets into it. I'm saying this now. There's still more design going. I found some design software that I can test stresses and tolerances and things like that, and try things out online before I go for it. But we'll see how we get onto it. Scott says, "Good evening, Cold Water Aquatics. I keep forgetting you changed your name." Oh, Scott, the one who left to go and mod for them. Now he can't remember your name. Well, that's not the kind of moderator you want, is it? No, you should just stay here, Scott, and mod for me. Simon also recommending Esha NDX. Yeah, definitely give Esha a good go. Right, I'm going to skim through the comments. We'll do another giveaway. What time are we at? 10 o'clock. Question from Vince, that's the one I've just answered. What's meds would you recommend user can contain discus such as a dewormer, or only treat once symptom shows? No, I tend to use dewormer. So that same conversation we just had about dewormer, that's the one that I would treat, and then wait to see what else is going on. Jab says, "Hello, Merry Christmas, just in case I missed next week's live stream, if there is one, due to being Christmas Eve. We might do a shortened version of a live stream. We might do a whole one. I might want to get out of the way of my wife as she goes into Rat Monster. So we'll see. We'll do something. Levamisole, fenbendazole, and flubendazole. That's the one. They're the ones. They were in my head somewhere, but I can't get them out. Noodles off because his curry's arrived. Thank you for stopping by. As he said, good evening to you all. Please support the channel, leave a like and subscribe. It's free. If you want to go the extra mile, become a member. Yes, if you become a member, you will get access to some stickers and emojis and other good things. Fishy YouTuber Maya Butt Reeks has a good video on worming. Fishman Aquatics discount code is AA Live. That'll get you 15% off things at the Fishman Aquatics website. That's the one. Alex G, yep, I'm behind on that one. Aquarium Domain, that was the one I was trying to get. I see you're subscribed to PewDiePie, a man of culture. Yes, I was watching PewDiePie video today. I can't say that I watch many PewDiePie videos, but my son insisted I subscribe to PewDiePie back when he was doing the thing against whatever they were called, trying to get to 100 million. But I do watch a few of his videos. I watched his video on Gary V the other day, and I thought, thank God somebody agrees with me. Anyone watch Bama Bass or whatever it's called? He's just built a massive pond. I don't. I shall need to have a look. What a better way to bomb a channel than to change the name. Well, no, it might not go that badly. I changed my name. I used to be called Discus Newbie and changed it to Aquarium Adventures, and that seemed to be quite a good change. So I think if you Cold Water Aquatics, Maple Street Aquatics, at least Cold Water Aquatics is very descriptive of what you're all about. There's no, I wonder what these guys do. It should be good. Me Witchy Ways is sitting watching me make spawning mops. There's an old video. Right, giveaway. Right, that's what we're going to do. So, if you've not already, if you happen to have stumbled in here, let's have a look. Let's do a bit of admin. We've got 40-ish of you here. If you've stumbled in and you're not a subscriber, then you have some very strange browsing habits, but welcome. If you click the subscribe button, I'd be ever so grateful. We're going to do a bit of a giveaway now, and the terms of the giveaway are, you get this, the Aquarium Adventures calendar for 2022. If you live in America, you'll be confounded by some of the dates on here and going, what the hell's a bank holiday? And why has the Queen got 16 birthdays? All those good things, but you know, the dates are still roughly in the right order. You can win this. You can hang it. You can write on all the stuff that you've got going on. All you have to be is a human that wants this, that's subscribed to this channel, that's liked the channel. I'd really appreciate it if you told other people or posted on Facebook or any of the other social medias and told people, go and watch this channel or subscribe to it or join, even all those good things. You don't have to do those things, but just subscribe, like, go and watch a video. That's all I really want. If you do all that and win the competition, I'll send you one of these calendars absolutely free. That's it. If you hang around and we fit another one in, we might spin the wheel of Kaylee and give away some merch. But as always, maybe not immediately, but soon you'll be able to buy these on the website. So keep your eye out for later in the weekend. But busy tomorrow, so I won't get a chance tomorrow. And we'll put them on, I don't know. Let's do some market research. How much would you pay for this? So it's kind of A4 sized. I'm now going to go through the features of a calendar like nobody knows what a calendar is. It's A4 sized. It has some nice photography on it. Fairly big days that you can fit a lot of information in. So kids football, kids ballet, whatever. And some decent photos. I think they're alright. I am a bit biased. But anyway, what would you pay for something like that? Let me know in the comments what you would pay. We'll set a price right here. But I don't know, maybe we'll do a charity donation or something like that with the proceeds. It seems it's that time of year. But if you want to win one, all you have to do is be lucky and win one. So without any more waffling, let's get into Nightbot and we'll set the competition. So if there is 40 of us, I'm going to pick a number between 0 and 50 just so it lasts more than 10 seconds. So pick a number between 0 and 50, type it in the chat, and if you're the first one to do so, Nightbot will tell me and I'll send you one. But please remember, you also have to then email me, Graham at Aquarium Adventures, and tell me where you want me to send it. And hopefully my big padded boarded envelopes will turn up tomorrow or soon, and we'll get it sent out. If you're a moderator, you don't need to guess. I will send you one anyway, just for all your hard work and shameless shilling. Right, where do we get to? Let me see. I'll catch up with the... Simon's available for some Christmas Eve stream moderation. Excellent. Bama Bassi, they do some cool big pond stuff with the North American natives. I'll need to check it out. Miwitchy Ways is making the mops. I'll need to let us see some pictures of the finished results. I'm laughing, but dog knows what the subtitles will be with your accent. Yeah, I always get the bottom of the barrel with subtitles. I'm really impressed with the Amazon digital assistant. She can almost always understand me. No one else can. Ian James says $2.99 for the calendar. Simon's £10 to £20. So there you go. That's quite the range. $3.99, £5, $5.99. At least 10. I've made the fatal mistake of asking you to give me numbers and then start a game that's full of numbers. We've got a winner, we've got a winner, you can stop now. We have the winner. Well, very quietly stick it on now, seeing as it doesn't seem to be a bleeding working stream bot. Come on, get your act together. Rocky's Rocky. Rocky's, you've won a calendar. I know I have your address, but please send me an email anyway asking me to send you a calendar, because I will forget. Well done, Rockies. Shall we do another one? Yeah, if we've got 50 of them. Right. This time, I'm going to think of a number. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it the proper way. So let's cancel that. Do the same thing. $5.99. That seems to be, a few people have said that. That'll let me cover my costs and make some money, and then we'll maybe do some kind of charitable donation. You can always give more if you want to, I suppose. Right, same again. 0 to 50. And then we'll have a look and see if there's any more tanks to roast on Discord or any more questions. Go. Think of a number. What number am I thinking of? I know what number I'm thinking of. This is actually a number I would have chosen. So 0 to 50, think of a number, stick it in, be a person, live in the world, want a calendar. That's quite important that you want a calendar. I will send you some stickers and all those good things as well. Right, sorry, I was just reading something else there. Completely forgot I was streaming to the interwebs. Thank you, Simon. Yes, Rocky, please email graham@aquariumadventures.co.uk. Oh, you'll never guess who's won. She's only gone and bloody won it again. Put Bama Bass on, he's got a nice voice too. Oh, I very nearly accidentally demoted you there, Callum. I didn't mean to. Kaylee, congratulations. Well done. I suppose you should really have got one. I should probably make you a default moderator, and then I can ban you from all competitions. Right, let's go and have a look at Bama Bass then. Bama Bass, first recommendation. This guy. Oh, I have seen this actually. Well, I lie. I didn't actually watch it, but I did see that and went, ooh, that's the dream one day. Building a 5-acre pond. I'm sure I've watched that video as well.
Alright guys, I'm about to show you some of the craziest frog fishing footage I've ever filmed, starring this sprinkler frog. But first I'm going to set it up. So Liz and I are out here in what looks like an Amazon jungle.
Yeah, I watched some of these. I'm sure I've watched some of these because they're quite therapeutic. Is that the word? Where you... I don't know, I find myself watching more and more videos these days where it's like... I don't know, someone making a table out of a chunk of wood, or a spoon out of a chunk of wood, or restoring a ancient rusty meat cleaver. Probably copyright claim me now. Has this not got any sound? Or am I just not hearing the sound? That didn't go well because I can't hear anything. I can see the audio moving. Anyway, let's turn that down before I deafen someone. I will watch all them later, Callum. Thank you for the recommendation. Fix. Sorry, I'm just looking at all the comments again. It's not a fix. She's just really lucky. What can I say? Let's all change our name to Kaylee. Me and the mum went to the garden centre today. She saw $5.99 for a calendar and screamed. Is that because that was a good price or a bad price? You can call the baby. Call the baby Kelly and you might win some prizes. Oh, Matt's here having a look around for a fiberglass tank of around 300 gallons plus. eBay has better prices of 250 or 800 to £1,000 for new. Yeah, so Matt in the previous streams had made some suggestions that he might have some contacts, but I think I've kind of decided, unless I find something that happens to be, in fact even now that I've built the walls, I don't really want to have to buy a tank and move it in there, so that'll just be too bleeding awkward. So I'm just going to buy a load of wood and build the tank that I want to the dimensions that I want. I've been looking at glass prices. I've been looking at the wood, bloody wood. How expensive is it these days? My old fish room, when I built a wall in my old fish room, and I maybe used half the amount of materials that I've used for the wall that I've built in my new fish room. But the new one costs like 10 times more, and it's only twice as big. The wall, anyway. Everything that's happening at the moment, everything's just like, oh yeah, well, prices have gone up. It's like, no one's giving me any more money, so why am I meant to pay for all these things? $5.99 is a terrible price for a calendar. Oh my goodness. You best hope you win one then, Alex, if you're not going to pay for one. Take a greenhouse apart and glue it back together. I have been looking at my I've got a conservatory which is just rubbish, and we're going to have to do something with it at the moment, but it's got big massive windows, and I'm like, I could repurpose them when we knock this down. That could be a big massive conservatory because they're proper thick glass as well. How many discs for 300 litre planted tank with 50 neon tetras? I would do 30% water changes a week, but I am unsure. I would do 300 litres. So I had a 300 litre tank, and I had something like 100 rummy nose tetras in it. I had various other bits and bobs. I think I had 8 or 9 in a tank that size. That was fine. 30% water changes a week, probably fine. I would go and speak to your local discus expert. Pardon me, see wherever you're going to plan to get them from. But keep in mind what your aim is. If you just want to have discus neons, eventually you'll just have discus because they'll eat all the neons. So I would suggest maybe upgrading to cardinals, which look very like neons but are a little bit bigger and won't get eaten. Pardon me. But 300 litres is a good size, so yeah, maybe 8, something like that, would give you a few more options and a little bit of leeway, and some room for growth. Joe's from the King of DIY knows his stuff with acrylic and is probably easier to work with than big glass. No. How's the human performing? Give him a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Simon, Alex, just my advice, but I'd swap the neons for... took the word right out of my mouth. A bit bigger, and I like the warmer water. 36 inch by 60 inch, 3/4 inch thick, $564 at Home Depot. I do not have access to a Home Depot, unfortunately. But I've joined lots of pond forums because it seems to be the end thing these days that if you build a pond you put in a window, so it's kind of the same thing. So I've got a few contacts from there of places that will do do the glass and calculators to work out exactly what type of glass and all that kind of thing that we need. So I've got a few options there, and it's not terrible. I think the biggest thing will be if I decide to build it the same way that Alex has and Aquarium Design, was it? I'll end up spending an absolute fortune on wood, never mind anything else. Even screws. Everything's got so much more expensive. Plywood panels, ridiculously expensive. Pond armour, pond shield, ridiculously expensive. Everything's ridiculously expensive. So there is no cheap way to do this, but I think I'll enjoy the satisfaction of making something myself, and building it to my exact specification. So if I decide I want a little walkway down the side and I make it a little bit shorter, I can do. If I decide I don't and I want to go right up to the edge of the wall, I can do that as well. Yeah, I think we'll be good. Rummy nose are a great option with discus. Also, black neons are fairly big and look good. Rummy nose I think they're one of my favourites. I'll probably be looking at them for when I get my big discus tank up and running again, because they're such a good shoaling, the tight one, whichever one it is, I can never remember. But they're really intricate little fish as well. So they've got lovely colour, they've got nice patterns on the tails, they stick together like glue and create that. You see those waves as they swim together through the excellent. I will always recommend Rummy Nose Tetras. Do what we did, get hold of old tanks that leak and rebuild a new tank from the old glass. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Courtney says, we currently have a full marine tank setup including live rock, fish, soft coral for sale if anyone's interested. I'll post photos on Discord, willing to sell the tank separately. I saw you were putting that up there. Yeah, definitely go and have a look at that. If anyone wants to get an easy way into the marines, that's a nice little setup, that. I had a walking platform behind my old system, really nice if you have the space for it. Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of space, but not a lot of space. This has all got to fit inside. It's basically a 13-foot square, 12 or 13-foot square that I've got in the corner of my garage that I can do what I want in there. If I want to expand past that, I've got to get past the boss. Right, we've got 6 minutes left, so if anyone's got any questions, get them in quick. We've got 6 minutes left, and then we're going to go and watch my latest video premiere about a brand new test kit, which is this box behind me that you can't see here. But it's this thing. Oh, GoPro's died. No, abort. Wrong button. No, Streamlabs has died. There we go. It's the Diode Probe. So, just broke it. You got your little test vial in here. You put it in the box. You turn it on. Well, it needs power, so that's what this cable does. You select whatever it is you want to test, and you press the button, and it tells you. So I had a couple of surprises when I used this, because I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I've been really quite impressed with it. But I did my first. I won't spoil the video for you. But I tested ammonia for the first time with it, and went, oh. So you can see why in the video. But we'll watch that in a few minutes. Until then, let's finish catching up with these. I worked in the pet industry in the 80s when we first got wild-caught discus. It was a cool fish then. Yes, I've got I have a book about all the... Well, it's from Martin Ung, who's like a Malaysian discus breeder, but he wrote a book about it, which is all about the evolution of how the wild fish were caught, brought into the hobby, and how they were then developed into the strains that we see today as the domestic strains. And it's a really interesting thing. If you're into science, genetics, all that kind of thing, discus are up there for really cool ways of getting there. And that's why I really like guppies, because that's the really simple and straightforward way to learn about these things. But yeah, discus is just that, but bigger. Mr. Adventure, are you focused on marine or freshwater? Freshwater. I have kept marine in the past, but it's more... I don't know. I think I've not got a really good reason why I haven't gone back to marine. I've just really enjoyed the freshwater side of things, so I'm going to stick with it. I probably will get another marine tank. I've kind of been thinking about filling a hole back there with a little nano tank with some corals and things like that. But we'll see. Life is short. We've got plenty of time to do all these things. Foxtail Gravy, I got a 3-foot tank for free too. But all these people getting free tanks everywhere. It's infuriating. It's almost as infuriating as when you watch all these American people going, yeah, we've gone to Petco and pay $1 a gallon for a fish tank, and we're all at this. Yes, so for my American friends, it's a lot more expensive over here for things like tanks. But you know, there's things we get cheaper as well. Right, I'm going to give everyone a chance for a pee break, so we're going to end things early. But if you don't want to end things early, get back onto YouTube. A video of mine will be premiering in 2 minutes time, and hopefully you'll join me to watch that. I will be there chatting in the background if I make it back from being having a pee in time. But as always, thank you for joining me. If it's your first time here, thank you even extra special. But click that subscribe button, you won't miss any more. We do this every Friday, almost. And videos put out pleasingly randomly. But thank you for joining me. We're going to cut it off there, and we'll have a look at the Diode Probe. Hopefully you'll like that kind of stuff. But from me and all the moderators, thank you to the mods. Well done to the prize winners. You'll get your calendars out soon. If you want to buy a calendar, check out the website, aquariumadventure.co.uk. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, I've just pressed stop recording rather than playing my outro. What an idiot.